Man is being subjected to his own inventions, the victim of his own technology, instead of being in control of it.
This is coming.
Wake up. AI is here. If you're not paying attention to this, then you will be left behind.
About 45% of all jobs that currently exist are going away. You're going to be replaced by robotics, by AI.
And if we don't start changing as business owners, we will be left behind.
The future it's looking more scary, like doomsday shit.
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence have sounded the doomsday alarm.
About the role of humans in the world of AI.
Overwhelmingly filled with dread.
It's been a crazy couple of months, man.
Every system in the business is broken and being rebuilt.
I've been in e-commerce since 2014, in the Wild West days of Facebook ads. It's by far the most competitive I've ever seen it.
So many brands are just stealing all our content, all our ad ideas, like even the exact same hooks.
Since AI exploded, there's been about 20 brands a week pretending to be us, and they're just scamming people.
There's this new technology, there's all this competition, and it's kind of like, what is the edge moving forward?
The landscape is competitive, noisy, repetitive. Everything's different but the same. As a consumer, I think you start to become very skeptical and you start to check out. We've got to find the strategy that's going to cut through all of this noise and connect with people and move people, and you can only do that with the truth.
In contrast to everything, I'm in high spirits, optimistic. We're sitting here having this conversation about how to build a brand in the AI world. But the reason why we're having this conversation is because my business imploded. And it didn't implode because of AI, it imploded because it grew too quickly. We went from $12 million to $30 million a year in about 18 months. And the systems that I built, to my embarrassment and shame, couldn't withstand that growth. I got called back into the CEO role. And for the first time in a long time, I took notice of what was happening in the industry and just saw this tidal wave coming for us. More competition than ever, better competition, AI technology changing every single day, and then the culture and how we consume content is shifting. And I just realized that my team doesn't know how to navigate this world. Nobody knows how to navigate this world. And I felt like this deep sense of responsibility to come back in and to lead the team and to come up with a strategy that can cut through all of the AI noise and connect with people on a deep human level.
So I was a CEO for 6 months and everything was fine. Then everything broke, and the overwhelm and the confusion is hard to put into words. It was really something I've never felt before, that real pressure of being the CEO. Whenever things truly go up in flames, we call David. back to save the day.
And he delivers. I think I set Robin up to fail because I was just too toy to come in here and design products and bring this new brand into the world. Now that I'm back in the CEO role, I realized that the first thing that I had to do was get a fundamental sense of truth. We need clarity because all of the head honchos are saying that the game has changed and that if you don't keep up with it, you're going to get left behind. And that kind of fear-mongering, if you're not careful, that sweeps you away into the sense of like panic and fear, and then you start reacting too much. And when you start reacting, you can't see the opportunities clearly and you can't execute on anything that's actually going to move your brand forward. And so I realized that we need a baseline, and the way that I'm going to get to that baseline is with one simple question, which is, has my job as a brand owner fundamentally changed over the last 18 months? And the job of a brand owner has always been connect with your audience and improve their lives by providing them with value. And so you've got this technology, AI, and then you've got people and the human condition. And the question is, has this technology shifted the human condition at its core? And the core has always been, we want love, we want connection, and we want to improve our lives. We always strive to make our lives better. Everything in that frame has stayed the same, regardless of this new technology, which makes things easier and faster and cheaper and blah, 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 blah. And so the game as a brand owner hasn't changed. The tools have changed, but the goal remains the same. And that was like a deep sigh of relief for me, because now I'm like, fuck it, I'm not afraid of this technology. I don't need to be worried that it's coming for me or it's a threat or that I need to keep up with every little thing. I know where we're going, and I can use this technology when I need to use it to help me get there.
I think because things changed so fast and so thoroughly with AI, it's now completely exploded. You get this feeling that you have to compete in the same way, you know, just producing so much volume, use AI models, do anything possible basically to just spam content. And in the beginning, I thought that's what we were going to have to do, and my soul sunk within me. But what we realized and what David realized is that to actually stand out moving forward and to truly compete, we have to zag. And that's going to look like going into humanity more, into authenticity more, focusing on quality and not quantity. And we have to revisit the basics of how to build a brand because they haven't changed.
I don't know if anyone's ever seen this famous Steve Jobs presentation where he talks about marketing is all about values. And what he's basically saying is that it's a noisy world. No one's going to remember much about you. So you need to be very specific on what you want people to remember about you as a brand. Now remember, a brand is a set of values. It's a set of beliefs. So here's why I got the whiteboard out. So in the Venn, it's what they believe, and what they believe is just values. Remember, values are your most important beliefs. So you could actually find a hierarchy in what each individual here believes and what shapes their worldview, okay? So their beliefs, i.e. values, and our values as an entity, and that one thing materializes products, right? So in the middle of the Venn diagram here, you've got what they believe, what we believe. It's the same, right? And then how the products demonstrate and prove that this is our belief system. This is where loyalty actually comes from. Robin, I want you to go back all the way into your core, and I want you to give us 5 moral values updated this year. This is what we believe. We're on our way to the meeting where I'm going to contextualize how to build a brand to the team. And after I present how to build a brand, Robin's then going to present our brand values. Okay, state-of-the-art diagram. This is the brand, and this is the audience member. The goal here is for the brand and the audience member to connect, the strings of connection. The more strings of connection that we have, the more loyal, the more referrals, the more everything, the more evangelists we get. We need more strings to connect. Just think about how we connect as people. We connect based on actions and beliefs. That's the key to branding, is understanding that what I believe is great, but it's empty unless it's demonstrated. It doesn't become a story until there's an action. A brand communicates through stories. In this grand, noisy world, we think about all of these brands out there, brands, who are selling something. The brands without any substance, they're just consistently relying on advertising, right? That if they don't connect, if they don't demonstrate, if they don't tell stories, if they don't know what stories to tell, if they don't know who they stand for, ultimately they just get swept away, washed away, and they become forgetful, and we treat them as a commodity. Let me take Leica, for example, the camera. What makes me buy a $15,000 camera that is the same as that one? Story. Handmade in Germany. I value that craftsmanship so much so that I'm delusional to the fact that I'll buy a $15,000 camera because I touch it and I feel it and I feel the essence of someone who made it in a Willy Wonka style lab. I'm not going to forget that story about Leica. What is the stories that we're telling that nobody's going to forget about? And these stories are all driven by the values that Robin's going to present. Let's take Leica, for example, here. They say, we believe in quality and craftsmanship over everything. And this is old gullible David over here, old sucker. He says, oh, I like that. Here's a connection. The next month, I see like the Willy Wonka style footage of them with their glasses, like tinkering with the thing. I say, oh, wow, they're actually demonstrating what I'm not thinking this, I'm feeling it. I'm not articulating to myself, oh, look, they're doing the brand value that they said. No, I'm just feeling it and I'm getting more connected. So I see that video of them living up to it, boom. Then I see a review of somebody reviewing the glass that Leica makes, which is like the best lenses that you can get. And okay, they're still living up to that quality and that German autistic manufacturing, right? So now there's three big connections. The more strings of connection you have, the more connected you are, the more money you spend, the more people you tell, the more everything works. And so I don't know what Leica's exact brand values are, but I know that I feel the way about them that they want me to feel because that's what they represent through every action and then every story. And so, Robin, take it away, Robin.
All right, so brand values 2026. So this is the third time I've done this, and I think they are just so much better than they've ever been in regards to depth. I think collectively this is truly what we believe, and this is truly why we exist. The world teaches women that beauty is reserved for a select few, that it must be achieved, maintained, or manufactured. But true beauty is something that is felt. It is a state of being, and it's what happens when a woman is so fully herself, so free in spirit, so at peace with who she is that she becomes magnetic and beauty radiates from her. Jayla's loving this. She's like, yeah, come on. Yeah, so what's important to understand about this value, if you want to be truly yourself, If you want to be fully free in who you are, there's one requirement, and that is that you have to be free from fear. But you can only live in this state when you are free from fear. Fear from the fear of judgment, of aging, of grey hair. Free from the fear that some part of you is not acceptable, because aging is not the enemy of beauty, fear is. So if you think about if fear...
I'm trying to figure out how do we use AI without losing our soul. My thinking around this is like, let's make sure that we're very strategic and dialed in with exactly what we're saying and why we're saying it at every step of the way. Because if we don't do that, then people just forget about you. So you need to be very specific about what you want to say and what you want to represent. You want to be specific about what you believe. And then pretty much every piece of content that you make should demonstrate those beliefs.
I was really excited about our strategy to be more authentic, and that led me to creating a personal brand. But turns out being authentic on camera is really hard. And the more takes that you do, the worse it gets and the more frustrated and performative it gets. So, I mean, yeah, it's even harder to be authentic when you know that the entire strategy and kind of business is hinging on your ability to be yourself. We did one video, we did like 50 takes, like 3 hours of this one take, and just couldn't get it. And eventually I came back and did the take again and just had a complete breakdown.
With the flood of robot-generated content, authenticity is going to be something that is rare, and that's like the moat that nobody can replicate. The base of your personal brand existence is that you have performative over here, and then you've got authentic over here. We all know what these two things mean, and we all know what they feel like. Authentic means trustworthy. Well, it feels trustworthy. Performative feels cringy, lame, trying to achieve something, and that's the base of it, okay? So performative is very self-indulgent, and when it comes through in your content, it will look like you're trying to sell something, or you're trying to curate an image, or you're trying to create all of this bullshit stuff, okay? So we want to move out of performance, and guys, it's not always like you're going to be pure authentic. When you've got a camera on you and you're producing something, it's always going to be around, you're going to aim for here, but it's going to be very rare, unless you can be touched by the Holy Spirit and just reach a channel state, that you're going to get to pure authenticity. So don't be too hard on yourself, but the way that you move towards authenticity and away from performance is basically through alignment. Now, alignment is a hippie Bali influencer type of term that can be thrown around, but there's a concrete framework we can use with this. And that framework is, if you align your mission and service and EDU, you'll always be in alignment to the audience, and that will create authenticity. So when you're of service, authenticity flourishes because you're more concerned about Harriet getting the message from me. If I'm more worried about what Harriet thinks of me, and I'm trying to portray myself as some knowledgeable guru, I move all the way over into performance. Okay, so at the base, this is what you want to keep in mind. We're going to get tactical in a second, so I just want you to know that this is, whenever you feel like you're performing, it's because you're out of alignment, and that alignment isn't like, who am I and what am I trying to say? It's actually, am I aligning to the mission for the audience? Am I trying to give them education? Am I actually trying to get a message received by them that will help them on their journey? And if it does, will that move them closer towards my products, which are actually going to help them more? Okay, so that's all service. So these are samples from Sweden. These are paper samples from Japan. This is fabric from Japan. And this is the first time I've ever built a brand that is for me. Like, I'm all in on the creative process, all in on product design, because I am the end consumer of this brand. Typically in the portfolio, we build brands that are for other people, and we try to be of service to those people and try to do the best job we can. As a creative, you know what this feels like, where you have your day job and your service and whatever, and then there's the expression side of you that wants to come out. This brand for me has been knocking at my door for the last 5 years. And what I've learnt about waiting for the right time to build it is that that time never comes. So I was just like, fuck it. Everything in the portfolio needs to be rebuilt. And I'm going to build this brand anyway because I just can't shut it up from knocking on my door. So this season in Ecom Soup, I'm not going to say the names of the brands inside of the portfolio because of all of the AI scammers and blah, 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 blah. But I am going to document the build from scratch of since coming back in and leading the team, we've all had to ascend to a higher level of creativity and focus. And although it's been challenging, it's like weirdly more satisfying. It's forced us to look at ourselves as individuals and as a group.
Yeah, and you're happy with the execution?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm really happy.
And focus on the human elements.
It feels so authentic. Thank you. Oh, that's good. That's so good.
I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm mainly at peace. Like, I think for the first time, I'm not living in like a constant state of cortisol and anxiety. I just want to build a brand that I'm proud of. That's all I've ever cared about. And honestly, I've never been particularly motivated by finances. I just want to build something great that I'm proud of. Not having the pressure of the ad account and just practically the whole business, not having that full weight on my shoulders is such a relief. Good riddance. I hope I never have to hold that weight again.
I think moving forward, it's not that we're not going to use AI. It's just that we're not going to fall victim to the convenience of it. We're not going to outsource our heart and soul and our ideas. The best brands are the ones that react to culture. They don't follow it. And I think it's our job as entrepreneurs to continuously face the unknown and to keep bringing something fresh to the table.